What's going on, guys? I am bringing you another MKX breakdown. And if you don't know who this character is, I regret to inform you that there is no help for you. That's basically it. But for those who do know, it's obviously Scorpion. Now, personally, when I think of Mortal Kombat, or I guarantee when 99.9% of people in the world think of Mortal Kombat, they're instantly probably thinking of Scorpion. If you're not thinking about Scorpion, you're not thinking about Mortal Kombat. That's how it is. And I'm going to be basically showing off all his brutalities, his fatalities, his X-ray, his end story, and all the massive beatdown in between. So let's get started with the X-ray. Okay, so Scorpion's X-ray can have a little bit of range on it. You can basically be about halfway away from halfway of the screen length away from your opponent before hitting it. It does 9 hits of damage and about 34 damage total. So his first fatality is you have to be at mid-range, and it's pretty simple. All you have to do is hit down, back, forward, and triangle. Now this fatality is a little special to me because it was actually the first fatality that I performed in Mortal Kombat X. So there you go. And slices off his face, hits the floor, and a little bit of tongue wag, except for his creepy ass costume, which blocks the view. Anyway, for Brutality 2, or Fatality 2, all you need to do is basically the same setup. So from mid-range, and then you have to hit pretty much the same button combination except for one change. It's down, back, forward, and up. So be at mid-range and hit down, back, forward, up, and his fatality is called Who's Next, which is anyone who's been waiting for this game pretty much as long as I have has seen the commercials on TV, and they always advertise the game with the words Who's Next. And yeah, it's a pretty good fatality, I think. Basically pulls the opponent's head off and sticks it with the sword. Get a little eye twitch action, which I think is a nice touch. And moving on to brutalities. So for Brutality 1, it can be done in any variation. It's a little wonky to pull off at first, but I'll walk you through it as easy as possible. But you have to have over 50 health, 50% health I should say. You have to perform the double spear, which is done by pressing back, forward, square, and R2. Now the thing is, the second the two spears attach to your opponent, he's going to be off the ground. The second his feet hit the ground, you have to hit R2 again. And he just explodes. Pretty cool. So Brutality 2 is probably the one brutality that I use in a lot of online matches, because it's really quick. A lot of people don't see it coming, and it pretty much insult to injury. It makes them cry. So you basically have to have one bar of signature filled, one bar of energy filled in your signature bar. Then you have to be up in the air, hit down, back, X, and R2, which you will just basically fly around and uppercut his fucking head off. Okay, just like that. I'm serious, that fucking brutality makes people cry. Okay, brutality 3 has to be done in the ninjutsu variation. There's really nothing to this brutality. It's quite anticlimactic. Now you see I just did 3 swipes there with the sword. You do that by pressing down or back in circle, just back in circle. And that's basically, you have to hit 3 of those, and then your final hit is just forward and triangle. So I'll take a shot from Melina, and then I get the last laugh. That's the end of her bullshit. And Brutality 4 has to be done in the Hellfire variation. This one is a little hard to do, but you have to actually have the flame aura activated, which is done by pressing down, back, circle. And it's only active for a little while, just like Reptile and all those other guys. But while it's activated, you have to be screen length away and hit a fireball, which is down, back, square. So make sure he's at the end of the stage, down, back, circle to activate the fire aura, and then down, back, square, launches the fireball, and just basically burns a hole right through him. Just like that. And moving on. This is done in the Inferno variation. Now this one is probably, I want to say, one of the easier, but not really. Because you have to perform the minion charge, which is done by pressing down, back, and square. And it'll basically have this little like hellfire demon charge your opponent from behind. You have to do the minion grab, which is done by pressing down, back, circle, and the minion drop, which is done by pressing down, back, triangle. Now you have to actually connect with all 3 of those attacks. It could be the first round or the second round, it doesn't matter. But if the opponent blocks the attack, it doesn't count. I'll just tell you that right now. So like, as long as all 3 of those attacks connect, your final hit is actually the minion grab. So you have to do a second minion grab that connects on the final hit, which is basically going to make Jason Voorhees explode. And boom. And that's it for Brutality, so enjoy his end story, and I shall see you guys again.
Remorse for his role in resurrecting Shinnok weighed heavily upon Scorpion's soul. His desire for vengeance had brought Earthrealm to the brink of destruction. Scorpion offered to perform harakiri to atone for his offense. But Raiden suggested a more productive alternative. Instead of death, Raiden sentenced Scorpion to life. He imbued Scorpion with a small portion of the Jinsei's power, linking him to Earthrealm's essence. Scorpion and his Shirai Ryu clan would protect the Jinsei and Earthrealm forever.